Lincoln Fantasy here, and here are my top 10 movies that surprised me. First with theatrical, The Man That Would Be King. It's so hilarious and Kapistan saving for the Peachy to work with David Daniel to have all of the marches taken all around this awesome village and just getting to know how all the villagers are gonna become accustomed to them and choose one of them, of course, can get away as their king finally. Yeah, it was so fun seeing how fun the amazing king learns all of the different chants, how Dr. Rudyard Kipling would just keep track on every single brand new legislative that's made since one of them is going to be king. But it's just so much fun how these exact opposites start commanding all of the new ideas and new ways to get to know their customs from everyone in Kyrgyzstan. We are, of course, good out the Kastan. Yeah, with the one and only helper, Beggy Frog, Leggy Frog. Yeah, Billy Frog. Yeah. So it's awesome how, in this conclusion, these two opposites show Kapistan everything that is civilized, that is just. From the sharpest sword and, scorpion taming, to having a closer idea of how to keep everyone safe with an actual legislative. It's amazing. Next, let's enjoy being the most courageous. These police officers are dedicated fathers even more because this main father, focuses on how he's going to defend his son and wife after a terrible tragedy happens. And he knows he has the right number. You see who he keeps calling first. And just continues to have an awesome construction worker, learn everything that he is gaining from God, and his dedicated wife loves him so much. And his other co-worker officer. So, first officer, defending his family. Second officer, making sure his daughter stays safe from the misunderstood gang follower. He's coming out here. And then, best friend officer, friends with a long time. We gotta keep your eyes on him. It was really surprising just how the fatherhood saves all of their lives. How being fathers completely shifts the worst tragedies, the worst gangsters try to be. Yeah, but you can't get all these skills, from just going to any gas station. So really just how these dedicated officer fathers, are able to stand up even more by, knowing that their fatherhood goes across for each other being like family, their children becoming so much stronger and even more dedicated and relying on them, on, the string. And they won't be relying, got strength, getting the strength from their dedicated fathers. And they're finally getting rid of all of the lunch money takers. Do what they gotta do. So it's so well done. And of course, these are the best summaries. So please check them out whenever you can, of course. And yeah, Christopher Robin. It was just so much fun reconnecting with Christopher Robin, knowing all the new luggage that you need in any kind of 100-acre. Well, Pooh, brought him back to 100-acre wood. Like, surprising, of course. And, of course, the first review is up here. Oh, Man That Would Be King. Done. Yeah, so how Pooh, realizes that, yeah, you finally are connecting back with who you always are. You're always Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin. So Christopher Robin is finally back with the Woozles, while Pooh thinks that his boss, Mr. Winslow, is a Woozle. That's what they said. Winslow. And how Christopher Robin's daughter and wife needs him, needs him, have fun, go around being silly with them, like that silly old bear. And of course, Tigger, he's the only one. Woo-hoo! And, Piglet, joining along in the safest train car, and, just having them all come back so you can go to the luggage company, get everything sorted out with the one only Winslows, never Woozles, and just reconnecting through, Winnie wisdom. I always say, that doing nothing is the very best of something. It was just so much fun connecting back with how you can do nothing and have all of the benefits come out of enjoying yourself, having fun, being creative, imaginative. So it's a really fun, take from just, knowing everyone's gonna come to get honey from me anyway. And Kanga and Roo. So it's so much fun. Next is Popeye, 1980 Popeye. And it was just so cool. It really is the cartoon. Similar, come to life. But it's exactly an origin of Popeye living with the Oils. I mean, you gotta know Olive's brother, Castor Oil, because he's literally living, with their family and, getting to know Olive. Well, Bluto is ready for the wedding. He's gonna marry Olive. And Peel Up, she loves me not. She'll marry me. Yeah, and how it's just so cool how he's never mean. Yeah, all those songs. And it really is just up to the best degree. It's exaggerated, but it's emotional. And there's enough real connections and staying connected to physics for us to just enjoy like any other Lone Ranger. You're like, man, in that bar, man, those were the worst soldier mouths. They need all that. So what they said about Pappy and Popeye, of course, Popeye kept the one and only 8,000 megahertz windmill. Man, it knocked them through all the splinter floorboard. Faster. And so cool how Pappy, he needs to get a better attitude. After, now Olive and Popeye are taking care of Sweet Pea. So it's such a fun adaptation. And they really make it their own. But it really does remind me of Olive Oyl being on the tightrope. Or, Popeye saving Sweet Pea from the zoo. So it's awesome. I just took it straight from all of those, not just black and white. We have The Pursuit of Happiness. And this one, I was just so impressed by how Mr. Gardner is just ramping up to the final can pay off. Every single medical company, because he has all these medical machines, the bone marrow machines, scan you and everything. That he's finally being able to, and celebrate with his sons, since now they're sold, and it's just so heart wrenching what happened. With him having now just taking care of his son on his own, can you believe it? And having everyone around him just know that potential is finally given. Knowing that he will do all the rest of the calculating in and out of this awesome, stockbroker company. I should do I have full review. I can't wait. But literally, it's about this awesome man taking care of his son in 82, right? 82. And him, coming to terms with son's mother, coming to terms with knowing that he's done everything. Solve Rubik's Cube, those are fun, did everything to get this awesome job opportunity, because he had to, go into the smallest bathroom, get ready, he didn't have much, so how he built his way up to the top, really should check it out, it's amazing. Let's skip on over to Captain Phillips. Talk about realistic tragedy. Cannot believe how those pirates completely got rid of most of Captain's clothes, and how Captain just stayed calm with the leader of the aggravated island bunch. The main Somali pirate, man, he had nothing but all the new opportunities to settle all of his anger and all of the nasty get extra artillery AK finally be satisfied because he was so mad, so neglected by everyone on everyone on his previous place of origin. There it is, and that's how he's able to come to terms with Captain Phillips, showing everyone why he's staying in this fleet. And the ending, oh goodness, I mean, he is nothing but petrified and honorable. You gotta see how real he is at the end. It is amazing, saving all of the fleet on, realistically, from the truest. Everyone is coming back to him like the true story. So the truest representation of having everyone, right, all of the pieces, all the award-winning interviews given, and just how all that anguish is just as realistic as the true story. So unbelievable. Here we are also inspired by the one and only Overcomer, this amazing young lady, right there in middle school, is raised by her grandmother. She has an awesome way to get out of what she's going to be saved from, because right now she has to do a little bit of stealing, pickpocket, doesn't have to. And we have the dedicated Coach Harris. Oh, there it is. I didn't mean to be suspenseful. He is Harris' son, John Harris' son. So he's the basketball coach, but so many of his players have been taken to how far away school, to another school. So now he's gone into track. We need them runners, and he sees how Hannah, this young lady, is the fastest finally, and his sons, are even more ramped up to give her, all of the awesome, give me some pointers, and give you some more energy drink. While Mr. Harrison is so dedicated, he goes to the hospital and helps this older man. Let me just go right here. Older man, like this Mr. Harrison. And this older man has been through so much, you can tell. Just as Mr. Harrison, do you pray? Do you believe? And everything, and how Coach Harrison, comes the closest after taking God for these awesome races that Hannah wins, and Hannah learning about Ephesians chapter 2 and everything that God has for her. It's a beautiful, inspirational story. I know different backgrounds, but just how you can overcome the worst pickpocketing. Okay, let me get my headphones back. Untrustworthy until she knows exactly who she is. And Coach and his wife completely are inseparable again right after they come closer to God. And just the biggest twist of how the sickly man, is always going to be in their prayers. It is so well done. The most inspirational finishes. Just like the best race, best track finish, best time, exactly. And awesome split. It was just so surprising. First, that Kevin would go through any ranks, for his personalities, because they would do anything, for each other. But it was just the way that it ramped up. Because of how, the completely unforgivable, relatable, and then just so in the shock young lady is terribly, is terribly having to save all of the social media, extra heart given, classmates. Because, remember they were at the party and everything. And, just having to get to know the real Kevin, Michael Glenn. I'll never forget that name. And just what they've both been through. I really loved how they did the flashbacks. It really set it right back to getting out of these worst mindsets because of what they've been through, right? And it was just the biggest, you know, the surprise later on, but it was just so captivating how he just switched out of all the personalities. And man, and that 8-year-old, man, he used some dubstep moves better than than some sensation. And he's the 8-year-old, and she's like, wow, that was a great one. And I'll just never forget when I was in the theater, and let's just say the high heel personality, and this lady behind me. He was just, oh, I could just hear right behind me. You know, it was just so unexpected. I mean, this beast being how many kilotons stronger? And just bone dexterity, no barbell, so it's 0. And of course, how it's connected to one of the best, you know, and underrated superhero dramas, Unbreakable. So it was so well done. Really liked it. It was just so surprised. One, that he's an actual beast, and two, how Anna, I know first part is Anna, how she connected to yeah, we get all the names, you know. Yeah, so it was just so ramping up and just unexpected, all the surprises. And finally, my Disney Channel deep, you know, because literally every single message is for all of the single parents, for all the kids having new best friends. Literally, all of these awesome messages are always noticed. So literally, you're always capping on to how these messages are changing your life forever. So, you know, you can be who you want to be in High School Musical. And I had to keep all of the awesome East High takeout and Lava Springs mementos. But the first High School Musical. Yeah, I just love right after the entire country club is even more, I said ski resort. Ski club is even more amped up for New Year's by Troy Bolton, you know, basketball captain, head in the game, and Gabriella Montez, the smartest best friend, getting to know each other, and then her coming to East High in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It was worth seeing Albuquerque spelled out, you know, and just how, you know, you can do what you want to do. It doesn't matter if, you know, you're the captain with the best Broadway voice, or if you're, you know, one of the best receivers, you want to make creme brulee. You know, like, look, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, Chad is the best friend. And so that Gabriella makes the best friend with Monique, and they're so smart. But it doesn't matter if you're a jock, brainiac, or just warm-up expert. Being Sharpay, that one and only Ryan, you can do whatever you want to do. So it was just so surprising just how you were able to get out of the status quo and break free. Do whatever you want to do. Fastest run through. But I'm so, like, I've had this since the second movie. And it's literally a good encapsulation of everything that us Wildcats do. Go Wildcats in 3D! I can take it out. But there's all these cool little takeouts. But let's keep this scrapbooking mindset of everything from one of the best Disney Channel trilogies ever. Yeah, it literally starts from the ski resort and it goes all the way to the second movie. I mean, the second movie, each movie was surprising because it's so much deeper. You know, second movie, sticking by your friends, no matter what opportunity comes your way, right? Awesome as well. Even more, you know, for you and me is The Luck of the Irish. Because can you imagine not knowing your family fully, you know, not knowing your heritage? Because Kyle Johnson also shoots all the 3-pointers, not a football star forever. And just how his parents have never told him where country they come from. I mean, we know his dad, he's from Cleveland. But centuries before, because his best friend Bonnie and his best friend Russell, you know, that's cool. But Bonnie especially, come on, I gotta know your heritage. She's in charge of every club at school, I tell you. But literally, they've never told him. And he's got all the luck. Got the lucky coin, and it's gotta stay, right? But him and Russell go to the Look of the Irish festival at the fairgrounds that you're not supposed to go to. Kyle just asks his dad. He's not supposed to. Bobby, dad's name is Bob. But he goes and he meets this old man who made his own shoes. And then his coin gets switched. And we meet this great big, Seamus McTiernan, big number one lord of every step. And he has to, find out what happened because his coin was replaced. And by his mom's family is leprechauns, and they didn't like mixed marriages. So they had to change their last name from Smith, Robert did, to Johnson. They gotta get his grandpa and get their luck back. It was so surprising just how in-depth knowing your culture has to be, and just knowing what you can do. You have your strength, your confidence. So go ahead and get the extra celebration on. From either basketball or because in order to see the fact they fight Seamus Tiernan in the classic Irish games. Nothing about your heritage. He literally doesn't. So nothing. Because they play, the classic, hurling and lawn, and kilts, classic, river dancing, but knowing who you are. So yeah, I have nothing but I'm done with run through. To me and you, as you can tell, I can't be surprised by how in depth all the surprises make me happy. And just show how, you can learn so much from what these filmmakers have brought to you and just what you can just lapse onto between different characters, stories, and just what you've been through. So it's so cool being the best amount of surprise and having popcorn popped. All of these are awesome. Yeah, so please let me know, what are your favorite movies that surprised you, whether it is these, or all the ones you're like, what a twist. Again and again, check them out. I'm so glad everything's fine with this phone. So all the videos are coming out. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, notification bell, know when all new videos come out. And everything else that you want me to be just like, being a great impressionist, come on. Or, draw everything, so please just let me know. And these videos, lock infinity.